does the retirement.
Oh, yes.
For every 10,000 you increase in your 3 average years, you increase your retirement by 5,000 for the rest of your life if you got 25 years in.
Right, plus our retirement contribution that we're paying and the 401k contribution that we're paying for these employees also. Okay, so now go back to the proposed changes. And again, these are my ideas. I've tried to talk with several board members about these ideas, but I haven't given this full list yet because it was quite a bit of work to try to go through it all and say, is this reasonable? You know, where's all the picky little details? This sentence there, that sentence there, and put it all together. Okay, so standard co-pays on insurance, renewing vehicle stipend. Okay, how about this one? Reimbursement for travel expenses. The company reimburses. I'm going to suggest the company reimburses on a per diem. But right now, it's an unlimited cost of lodging, meals, and travel, whatever it takes to travel to their conferences. It's automatically reimbursed. And we're not done yet if you want to go to the next page. Let's see, advance payments for expenses, I would remove that. No advance payment should be given, or the company should just make the payment, right? If someone's got to have the airplane ticket or the conference, why do they need to make an advance payment for it out of their own pocket? It should be the company paying for legitimate travel expenses. And then we have this whole question on educational assistance, but let me go down to I, please. This is kind of a strange thing. When employees who carpool traveling out of local area, they can receive reimbursement based on the combined airfare for all employees in the carpool. Okay.
So wait.
It's like, so, wait a minute. You know, where are they traveling that they would rather carpool than fly? You see what I'm saying? And then if they're carpooling instead of flying, then we're going to reimburse them, not a mileage cost, but we're going to count every single person in that carpool and say, oh, well, you each would have cost us $250 for an airplane anyway, so we'll just reimburse you for the whole carpool airplane tickets. I mean, what? You know, where did this come from? Who thought this up?
I think that's illegal. I mean,
I'm sure you're right.
I did a lot of travel, in both circumstances, including by personal aircraft. And if you drive, you get mileage, period.
And see,
people in
that's
the carpool get nothing. I mean, the IRS would go nuts over this.
Well,
I mean,
yes.
That's taxable income.
Well, of course it is. Of course it is. And yet, right, the paragraph right above it says you get reimbursed at the mileage rate, the current federal mileage rate. And then they've added in this carpool reimbursement thing, and I'm thinking, who gave themselves that deal, right? And when is it used, and how often is it used? And I don't know, but I think it should be removed. Okay, now let's go back up to Tracy, because right now the company in H is paying 100% financial assistance for approved educational expenses. That makes perfect sense for the the electrical certification and training that has to happen for the linemen and so forth every year. But they're also doing it for other employees, you know, for HR and so forth. And I don't know how much money has been spent on that in the past. We do have a clause there that the person has to work for at least 1 year or more or repay the company. And, you know, to me, that's a discussion. You know, how do we make that fair to the ratepayers as well as to the employees? Should we go on here? Jay. Okay, this part you'll be wondering about too. We have a severance pay paragraph in section 20. Right now, when employees leave the company, they take their lump sum payment for their vacation, for their sick leave, right? We talked about that. And then they can also get this severance allowance. I am suggesting that they should only be able to receive their vacation and accrued sick leave and not receive a separate severance allowance when they leave in good standing. And then we also have a retirement allowance in section 9.4. Of course, they're already getting their vacation and sick leave, but now they're getting another lump sum of 1% of their current monthly salary multiplied by each full year of service, not to exceed 30 years. And again, this is where I wonder about IRS. Right there, employees can receive that lump sum in a payroll check with taxes, a 401k contribution, or a gift card. Is this fair? And granted, it's not that we don't want people to stay. We want them to stay. We want them to retire with us, or at least, have that continuity so we're not just constantly hiring. We understand that. But is this fair? What do you think? I haven't heard of this myself, all right? Maybe other companies do, but you can see how it could certainly add up. And so maybe this could be considered also. All right, we've got a pay advance request. Currently, the handbook allows pay advances with the approval of the manager. That certainly should be something to be considered. Not that there aren't extreme circumstances, but perhaps to tighten that up. And then we have this long-term disability that all employees are covered with right now. I think I wrote that up. It's not long-term disability, I'm sorry. It's long-term care, so it's not disability. It's not the accidental disability. I wrote that wrong, I'm sorry. It's long-term care. And I'm assuming that's, the home health care or the retirement home care, which is very expensive. Yes, and we're paying that 100% premium every month for all employees. Now granted, I have nothing against accidental death, accidental dismemberment. That's just plain, regular common sense in business and it's very reasonable rates. You can pick up additional coverage with another copay, it's not a problem. But that long-term care, we know how expensive that is. So they should pay a standard copay, or maybe it even should be, they should cover it totally out of their salaries, because I don't think any of us get that 100% at our work. Okay, they get a birthday bonus of $20. That certainly would be something to consider. I'm not even going over the Christmas bonus, which is 1% of their monthly salary every year. They also have safety awards, which I'm totally for, because if they're going to have no lost time and no accidents, I think they should be rewarded. We've got to have those safety incentives there. Oh, the Thanksgiving bonus, right, to buy the turkey. And then we have this compensation in lieu of health insurance benefits. What does that remind you of, Bob?
The board pay.
Yes, but it's in the employee handbook right now that employees who get a double coverage of insurance can get this payment in lieu instead of having the company pay for their insurance. Now, according to if you were hired before 2014, you get 100% payment in lieu reimbursement. If you're hired after January 2014, so I guess there were some repercussions here. But anyway, after 2014, you only get 50% reimbursement.
So is this with PEHP?
I'm assuming so, because that's who they're carrying.
Because in that AG's letter to the board, PEHP was confused as to how the board even thought they could get payment in lieu of health care benefits, because they want to keep as many people in the pool as possible. That's what keeps the rates down. So they might be interested to hear that this is actually a policy in the handbook, because I don't know if PEHP would agree.
I don't know either. But you see, there's so many details here. There's so many pieces to put together in this puzzle. How we make this company more efficient, how we make it fair to the ratepayers as well as to the employees. How we really improve it as the people's power company. It's not a profit-making organization, right? It was supposed to be outstanding value to us as the ratepayers.